All right, music fans, welcome back. It is I, Dave, the Real Music Observer, observing some real music in real time for real people just like you right there and me here. Pinnacle Point, Winds of Change, still going crazy, especially over in Europe, Sweden, different markets all over, and really still trying to pitch this to the poor, undernourished folks here in the United States of America when it comes to melodic rock bands. This is going to usher in a wave of melodic rock albums, and eventually rock radio, even here in the States, is going to have to respond. They can't keep playing these bands that have absolutely no talent and who really, it's like they take industrial noise and try to feed it to you and tell you it's good. This Winds of Change album is brilliant, and it features the pitch-perfect, crystal-clear voice of Jerome Mazza. Now, I've told people, first of all, if you like the band Kansas, this is a no-brainer. If you like the band Journey, or the band Seventh Key, there's another one. There are several other bands that this relates to. There's a band called Strange Ways. I think that this has some characteristics and qualities that are just, the musicianship on here, the production value, absolutely through the roof. Right now, the song All We Need to Know is charting in various places. It's getting tons of airplay. It's getting independent airplay. I've got to get my friend Dennis to give this a spin if he doesn't already have it. I know he's got the Steve Walsh album, which is right here, by the way. And Jerome Mazza, the lead singer on this project here, is singing 3 songs on this. All right? A lot of people think that the Steve Walsh album is all Steve Walsh, but it's not. Even on the title track, not title track, but the first song, Born in Fire, that's a duet between Mazza and Walsh, and it's done so cleverly that at some point you're wondering, okay, when did Walsh stop singing and when did Mazza start singing? By the way, this is another excellent album you need to go out and get, Black Butterfly by Steve Walsh. His songs are great, but Jerome Mazza, to me, really makes that project even more interesting and complete. One of my other favorite tracks on this is a tune called With You, okay? Last track on the album. Damage is Done already did some chart damage as far as getting to #1 on a lot of indie charts, and that's a more upbeat sort of rockin' song. Lyrically, this is an interesting album, and what I like to do with music in my own collection is I like to isolate songs. I mean, I love to listen to albums from start to finish, but what I'll do is I'll take a song from one album and then I'll put it next to a song from this album and make kind of like a compilation out of it. And I'll tell you, every time All We Need to Know comes on here, it just sounds like the perfect next song. You listen to something and then this comes on and it's got this orchestral, classical approach to it. And look, I know this isn't for everybody. I know a lot of people come over here for certain things, to hear about certain topics, but I just want to, again, and I've already promoted this, and I'm not promoting it, I'm not getting paid to promote it, I'm just in love with this album. It's great music, and please go out and purchase a copy of this CD. If you don't like hard copy CDs and you want to make your own CDs, obviously download the music, try one song. You can always just buy one song and see what you think. But I mean, the whole thing from start to finish, why I suggest a CD is because this has an introduction that's instrumental that goes into the next song, and then, the album kind of flows. The track flow on this was really smart. This is on Perris, the record label, Perris, Perris. I spell it because it sounds like Paris when you say it, but it's Perris Records, and it's a good label. They're putting out a lot of good stuff. You got to check some other offerings from them out. I'll probably be talking about them in the future. But again, Jerome Mazza, lead singer on this. The other musicians are very good. But new Pinnacle Point project is in the works, which is really exciting because, you know, this gets their feet wet, but we'll see what kind of damage they do, pun intended, on the next release. All right, so I'm Dave. This is The Real Music Observer. Pinnacle Point, man, it's the way to go. And don't forget to help me out on Patreon to keep this channel going. I'm struggling a little bit again with some YouTube issues, and Patreon will keep me going. If for some reason I ever have to leave this platform, I can take Patreon with me. That's the good thing. It's $1 a month. That's all I'm asking. If I can get all 5,000 subscribers to give $1, I can talk about a whole host of topics. I can focus more on new music rather than drama and soap opera stuff, which, believe me, I love music and I'd rather talk about music. So that's this video. Enjoy Pinnacle Point. Support the band. They are a winner across the board. Over in Europe, they seem to get it. Here in the States, a little slow on the uptick, but we're working on it, and that's what I'm doing right here. I will talk to you soon, everybody.